I can hear it now. You're going to say that I've gone off the deep edge. I'm nuts. I should have my head examined. I think I am loving the new outlook. Yeah, I know. I have badmouthed it. I have trashed it. But something changed.
DougBot said I'm working here.
Wow, that was loudspeaker bot. Cool down. You drank too much coffee. Yeah. New outlook. Because I think it has solved or I think it is the solution
Why, certainly.
for a major pain in the bets that I've had for a long time.
Why, certainly.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Darren has said yes a couple times. I have no idea why. You guys are going to start getting chastised. What do you mean? You agree with it? I don't know. Or yes, you think I'm nuts. We'll go look into that unless somebody has specific issues that they want help with. So if you're having a problem currently with your computer, this is the ideal time to bring it up. Yes, Brian, I said pain in the bets because that's more G-rated than the other version. There's a new meme for you, huh? Oh, let's go hit some buttons here. Look at that with Darren. He's trying to rank number 1. I think that's what he's doing. The top fans, he's showing number 1. This is YouTube's points system, showing where you all lie in its points system. Let's see. Hello, Darren, Rand Israel Scott, Ken Stout, Alice Jones, Selden Ball, John Williams already, did I? No, John Williams, Rick Lakes, Doman 2000, Rand Israel, Brian Lightfoot. Ken Stout asked me to caddy for him on the golf course, but wanted to make
Read
sure
chat, please.
I could correctly count his strokes. He asked how much is 3 plus 5. I replied 6. He said, close enough. Let's go. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I get it. Correctly count his strokes. So if he does 3 strokes and then another 5 strokes, that adds up to 6. And therefore, that's a good counter for Ken's purposes. I get it. I think I got it. Indeed, I got it, brother. Now, if I do at Brian Lightfoot and give him a chuckle points. Phil Stodd, hello. Wow, it's been a while since I've read a joke from Brian. Is it because I haven't been reading chat so much? Z Minor, hello. Okay, when I'm near the bottom, it does a weird jump. There's where I was at with Zivi. Then Scott, hello. One in chat. Bertha Betts, yes. I know who you mean. Oh, here we go. Got a question. Greg M. Let's just go ahead with claiming he's got a question. We'll start with a 200 points just for saying that. I have a question regarding Macromedia Reflect monthly offsite backup job. Rotate between 2 hard drives. Macromedia Reflect never deletes the old backup from the drive from 2 months ago. That may have to do with in your profile. Let's bring this up. Reflect. Let's see. There's nothing private this is going to reveal, right? Because I got to be careful about that stuff. I still mess up once in a while. Namely, last week. If you go back and try to watch last week's video, you'll find the chat replay is not available. Can't do it. That's because I had to go back and edit that video and blur out some things. Yeah. Okay. So in the definition, you go onto your definition file, go edit. And then let's see, I think it's on the next. Yeah, here, this one right here. Apply retention rules to matching backup sets in the target folder. It may be that what you want to do is, apply retention rules to all backup sets, because those older backups are maybe not part of the backup set for the drive that you've currently swapped in. So try this. I'm not certain if that's going to do it with the rotating backups, but if you have made changes to your backup definition, or maybe just that it is a older generation that was created. Well, okay, how are you doing your rotations? If you have a separate, let me cancel from this. If you have a separate backup definition for each drive, then that's going to be a problem. A better way to do that is if you come in and edit the backup job, and then where you have a destination for your other drives, just go in when you have one of the other drives connected, choose an alternate destination. And this backup job will learn those multiple different drives that you have. They may be coming in with different drive letters.
Read chat, please.
And Greg says, no, I use the same drive letter for both drives, same backup job. Okay, so that's not it. So how about that? How about my comment about this piece here? If you tried changing this to, now the default was matching backup sets. So on many computers, I have changed this to apply the retention rules to all backup sets in the target folder. Yeah, try that one. I don't need that for this backup job. So I'll cancel out of that. I think there was a read chat that I haven't responded to yet. So I'll search for them. There's been 3 of them. That was Greg M's first one, guiding me to his question. Same driver letter, both drives, same backup job. Okay, that's all of them. Okay, so do you give me an answer about that that setting, or do you have to go check on that? Asking for a friend, is this blurred as well? See, I don't know if he's actually, I don't see any blurs. Is he actually trying to point my attention to something, or is he just being weird? That doesn't look very clear. Is it this screen that looks blurred? I'll wait till somebody else tells me about blurring. Clarify my last statement. That was in response to you adding points for reading jokes. His last statement. Now I gotta go find his last statement. No, it is because you only stream once a week, maybe.
Read chat, please.
Oh, that I don't remember reading jokes for a while. Maybe. I had applied retention rules to matching backup sets in the target folder. Yeah. So do you think that was perhaps the problem? And isn't there a apply now something, or run the rules? Let's see, add scheduled. Apply retention rules now. Let's see here. Seems like somewhere there was a place to tell it to run the retention rules now without actually running a backup. Oh, I bet it's there somewhere. Oh, over here. It's over here. Boot, auto size, or not. Yeah, it doesn't make sense that it would be from here because the retention rules are specific to the backup job. Are they? Apply retention rules now. Oh, I'm so certain there was a place for that. Here, retention rules, reset, backup templates to ship defaults. No, still not there. This is the default for retention rules so that when you create a new backup set later, it'll automatically default to these settings. If you make changes here, that's not going to change the retention rules to any backup set that already exists. Okay. Moving along. John Williams, you are super busy. I see all those Amazon boxes behind you. Do I really need to have them stacked on the desk, or am I showing off, or am I just creating a method to remind myself?
Read chat,
Show
please.
you what's up. Ran Israel says 11 o'clock my time. That must mean he's referring me to a chat message at 11 o'clock. I'll go to the beginning of 11 o'clock. I checked the new official 25H2 media bypass NRO command is still there. How about that? Because I think people were telling us that it was going to be missing. And I think they were saying that because it was in the insiders edition, it wasn't there. And yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean the public version is going to have that. I came across my first exposure to 25H2 was this last week when I did an in-place upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11, and it upgraded directly to 25H2, just using the installation assistant from Windows 10 on a Dell computer. Yeah, that's the only one Rand Israel had at that time. Greg sent 2 purchases from Amazon back to them. I've recently sent purchases back that I didn't care for. I sent a camera, a webcam that I was testing. I didn't like it back. And one other thing. I don't remember what it was. All right. Oh, that's interesting. I've made a change to my setup here, and that may, I didn't even realize what this does. Let's see, what's my easiest way to turn that right side up? We'll do it this way. Transform 180 degrees. There. Now the blood stops going to your head. I moved my microphone. It's not hanging from up there anymore. And now it's in the way for unboxing and for working on computers at this location. What was I thinking? And then this unboxing camera, or working on stuff camera, is there. You're going to need a bigger desk, Ken says. And no, I don't need to turn the camera over. I need to turn the box around. Oh, here's what I wanted. Okay. Okay. Did I do that? Really, Doug? Hang on. You just okay. We just can't take you anywhere, can we? Taking care of the other box. Look around at the other labels, see if it's anywhere else. All right. Yeah. Listen to this. What do we think about that kind of packaging job? Who'd have thunk it? More B-Link computers. Okay. Comes the next one. Yeah, this one's taller. Maybe do this one this way. All right, let's demonstrate. Anybody want to guess? Oh boy. Busy Doug, busy Doug. I'll just show it that way. So, really? What's that paper going to do? That's 8 more computers. There's another 4 of those computers out in the hallway waiting to be set up. And I don't think I'm anywhere near finished. Oh, interesting story, at least I think. 4 of those computers is for one of 2 new clients that I onboarded this last week. 2 new clients in 1 week. That's more than I want. So 4 of those is for a commercial vehicle sales company. They sell vans and trucks to commercial vans and trucks to people. And I think they contacted me because of the Windows 11, that their Windows 10 computers are no longer supported. They need somebody to get them fixed up right. And then 8 of those the one for 8 computers, you've heard me talk about that client before. It's one of the 3 government assisted housing facilities. So all that work that I've been doing about finding alternate ways to set computers up. I think I'm going to be using all of them. Some of them will be power them on, do their updates, and install software directly. Some of them will be doing the cloning technique from their old computer and installing exported drivers. Some of them will be using a base computer where I configure one computer for everything that's common among the office, and then clone that one to the other computers and use Fab's auto backup to bring their profiles over from each user's original Windows 10 computer. So yeah, there you go. And something else that I got was these guys. I just got 2 to try it out. I haven't even opened these up yet. A very common technique when I'm setting these up is I like to have the new computer, once I get the replacement computer to a certain point in development, I like to have the new computer and the old computer at the user's desk, both connected to the network, so I can do the final configuration of their preferences and such. So got these little switches, essentially. I don't think they actually name it as a switch. They call it a, 1 to 2 gigabit Ethernet splitter. They call it a splitter, but it gets USB power from one of the computers, and it takes a Ethernet in and 2 Ethernets out. They also have 1 to 3 and 1 to 4. But since it does have power, it seems to me it's got to be a switch. And there are devices of this size that specifically say only one computer can function at a time, but this specifically says all the connected computers can function at the same time, which means it's got to be a switch. They don't call it a switch.
Read chat, please.
I don't know. They call it a splitter. Rand Israel says could be an active hub. And what's the difference? I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I haven't asked an AI. I'm too busy to go down those curiosity roads. Eric Turner, how do you deploy images to the destination computers via PXE? That has saved me so much time. That isn't that just a term for network? The only
Read
place,
chat, please.
no traffic management, data from one port broadcasted to all ports. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what a hub does. Broadcast to all ports. That could be. And they would be able to function all the time. I'll bet that's it. See, my mind just didn't go there. I didn't spend enough time to look for that. So thank you, Rand. That was very helpful. You just saved me from getting up in the middle of the night when my curiosity just couldn't take it anymore. And I get out of bed and go try to find the answer. I'm sure that must be it. Hubs just spew out the incoming transmissions to all connected ports. Absolutely. Yeah, but see, Rand got the points for it because he spoke up. He used the exclamation mark C. Thank you. Where was I at just a moment ago? John Williams, have a USB device like that? Yeah, there's no need for a switch for that number of computers, particularly what I'm doing with them. And just doing the configuration between the two computers to make sure everything matches up right. The PXE question: how do you deploy images to destination computers? What I'm doing currently is I'll get the image on a USB drive, this one in particular, and I restore them to the computers here on my desk. I have downloaded the image through the internet where it's uploading from my client's office and then to my computer here. I have done it that way. I'm not sure what you mean by PXE. Isn't that just through the network? And why not say that if that's what you mean? Could you clarify, please? Greg, I may have really old hubs around here somewhere. I just carry a 5-port switch with me and sometimes take a KVM as well. When I've got the two computers connected, I'm generally, when I'm finishing up my configurations, I'm usually doing that remotely. So I get the computer set up, they're connected, and I come back here because I'd rather do that work from here instead of at their office. Jim, going back to an old subject, Note 25H2 is showing up here so far.
Read chat, please.
And yes, he's in DVR mode. Yeah, I haven't seen it offered as an upgrade anywhere. That would require deploying a PXE server. Oh, okay. So yeah, I don't know PXE. Parker Morris, thank you for inspiring me to try AI. You're welcome. Glad the two of you are getting along so well. Yes, over the network. That's why I prefer PXE as the destination. Computers doesn't need disk imaging or any operating system at all on the computers. Oh, okay. So PXE server, they're basically dumb stations. Is that what that's got going on? I don't know.
Read chat, please.
Pre-execution environment, boot and install from LAN. Oh, okay. That's where I see PXE is in. I'll see it in BIOS, or like when a computer is booting and it can't find bootable media, there'll be a message about PXE. It's trying to find something to boot from through the network. And yeah, no, I'm not doing images that way. Okay, now I got it. Ran Israel, you gave me another one that got me to the understanding. So I'm going to hit you again. I'm sorry to do this so much to you. I know you don't like it. Doug, what in the heck did you mean saying that's blasphemy that you like the new Outlook? Where in the world does that come from? I'm pretty sure that it's going to solve a major pain in the butts for me. Ren's going to get over it. The pain in the butt is Google keeps logging me out. I have had times when I've tested my live stream and everything's working fine. I stop the test and then I go to start the real live stream just a few minutes later, and I get a prompt to log in to Google. Are you kidding me? You're doing that to me now? And I have it happen at various random times through the week. 2 days ago, I had it happen while I was actively working an email on Big Beast Build. I think I had just finished reading one email or was going to the next or something. I was actively working in it, and it came up to it with a prompt wanting me to authenticate again to Google. So I did some investigation, and what I found that sounds pretty likely is that because I use so many computers plus cell phone, within 10 minutes, I could easily be on Big Beast Build, Baby Beast, and the computer out in the kitchen, interacting with email or with YouTube or whatever. And Google, in its attempt to look out for me, is wanting to make sure that all these people are authentic and real. So when that happens, when I'm going to do a live stream, that is a real big pain. Now, the new Outlook solves that for me. Last week we talked about the new Outlook, and there was difference of opinion, not difference of opinion, difference of knowledge. We had two sides that knew the answer. One saying that Outlook can fully integrate and interact with Gmail accounts without any special third party tool. And the other side saying, no, you have to have this GSSMO. And what I have found at this point is Outlook, that's true. You have to have the GSSMO, but the new Outlook, that's not true. You don't need the GSSMO, and it natively can do the contacts and the calendars when you have a Google Workplace workspace for business, whatever. But because I've done that, it's active right now on Big Beast Build. But I'm ready to test. I've got it all set up to do a test, live test. I haven't pre-tested this, but I have information that says it'll work on the free accounts too. So I do have a free Gmail account. I have it primed with some contacts because when I went to look at it, it didn't have any contacts. So it needed to have some contacts. So I set it up for some contacts. And my intent is to test that on Baby Beast live during this stream, see if it works. Now, I want to bring up, let's see, new Outlook on Big Beast. Let's come over this way. I'm going to be careful about what I bring up because I'm going to be bringing up my real live email. So if I go click on the A, now this is something I'll bet some people don't know. Maybe there's somebody watching right now. So if you're watching right now and you don't know what I'm about to you don't know about this feature I'm about to show, which you don't know what feature I'm about to show, although somebody might guess, because I already gave a clue. If you click on the Windows button and you're going over here to the All, and you want to get to Outlook, instead of scrolling down, just click on A and then click on the letter. And that'll take you straight to that section in this list of applications. Then I'll click on Outlook New, but I'm going to take that off screen because that's probably going to go right to my inbox, and maybe, yeah, it did. Maybe display too much stuff. All right, let's get Doug some practice in blurring. Studio mode button, and then press monitor 1. It comes up in my preview panel, and then turn on blur. Let's see, I've got several blurs. I'm going to look at which one is close. Yeah, blur number 3 is close. So turn that on. Then I'll drag the handles to bring it down to just cover all of the emails. I won't even try to figure out which ones need to be covered. Now, does that blur? No, that's not going to blur my picture in picture as well. Now, press transition. There. So it's got all of my folders And then if I go to contacts, it would be showing all my contacts. So I'm going to take that off, transition again, click on contacts, and fix the blur there. And then transition again. So there's all the contacts. Now I haven't actually made a change there and checked my other devices to be sure the change synchronizes there, but I think that's probably not argued. Then I'll remind you about my setup. Let's see, let's turn that blur off before I forget, because that's a thing. What, the Doug forgets? Yeah, you think? Let's see, where do I show that? Let's see, I'll show what I'm looking at here, transition that. So I just go to my profile for, I guess I could do it here. Could go to Google account, but I think it's more direct if I go to here. Profile is managed. See, profile is managed because I have this for workspace or workplace, whatever account, and then manage Google account. So then I'm going to take that off screen, go into that. Let's see, there's nothing private that. So transition that one. Now where I see that, where am I going to show that Google for Workplaces thing that I'm pretty sure I have? I thought I would see it here. Trying payment and subscriptions. I bet somebody's going to tell me in chat where to get to that. Or are we going to prove me to be wrong? Google account, people and sharing. Oh, how about about? That sounds likely. That also sounds likely that it might expose something. So take that off screen. Yeah, I don't see it there. Probably go to Google account. It's the most promising thing I see there. I didn't think this would be so difficult to find. That just took me back to here. Huh. All right. Let's go ask my friend. Which friend this time? Google AI Studio. We'll go that way. Where can I go to find that I have a Google for Workspaces account or Workplaces account? I'm having trouble finding that. I'm pretty sure that's what I have. Workspace, formerly G Suite. Check your email logon. If you're redirected to a custom logon page for your company, if you can only log in as standard gmail.com, the work email might be somewhere else. Yeah, I can use all of those. Custom company logo, no. Oh, come on, it's got to be more simple than that. Your domain's website. This is not straightforward. Go to myaccount.google.com, left navigation pane, data and privacy, scroll down to data from apps and services you use, content saved from Google service. If you see options related to managed by your, we already saw managed by my organization. Clue, I don't want clues. Such a kludge. This shouldn't have been so hard. I just thought it would come up like that about panel should have it. But it wasn't even an about panel. Isn't this weird right here? When I click on about, don't we expect to see some kind of identity information about what software I'm working with? If I click on about, what the heck is this? That's just like almost advertising blurb. Man, huh, I'm stumped. All right, I guess I should move on. Okay, so to move on, what I want to do is set this up on Baby Beast. If I turn off studio mode, it gets me back to here. So here's Baby Beast. And what I'm going to do is configure that at gmail.com free account that I have in the new Outlook and see if it actually synchronizes contacts. I think so. Yeah, I see what all that chatter there between Jim and whoever else. Well, I know what you're talking about. Okay, so if I come up to the profile icon for Google Chrome and then come down to add Chrome profile and make this bigger over here so I can look towards the camera and be able to see what I'm doing. Sign in. And the email address for this is DougBetts@gmail.com. I had to go searching to find what is that other Gmail account that I have. It took me a little while to find it. I got to go see what the password is. Oops. Did I even remember that name wrong? Yahoo. Why is that not showing up in my robo form?
Read chat, please.
I can't see chat right now. Seldom Ball says if you're using Chrome, you might try using AI mode to go directly to the page you need. AI mode button is the right end of the address bar. All right. What is the page that I need? How would I ask for the page that I need? You're talking about to get to a place where it will show that I have Google for Workspace. Because I already tried the Gemini, that is Google. So how does that get me there? I got to keep my mind on this right now because I found That username and password.
Read chat, please.
Come on. I'm not switching over to look at that right now because I'm trying to stick on this. And I know that whatever you're wanting me to read, it's not going to help me find that account credential for this. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's DougBettsPilot@gmail.com. That's right. Okay. Oh, there's the, oh, I see how I did the password. It's not in my password manager. Okay. All right, here we go. DougBettsPilot@gmail.com. That's correct. All right, now I'll go look at that last read chat, please. Yeah, I think you can tell the AI what you're trying to do. That's exactly what I did with Gemini. I told it what I'm trying to do. Hey, let's go back to that later. Go ahead and do this. All right, so got the right mouse. Next. Is it going on to somewhere? Try the next button again. It just moved a prompt, slid that prompt in there saying email or phone. Okay, press enter. No. Sign into Chrome, use your Google account, DougBettsPilot@gmail.com. Why is that? See where it says email or phone right there? When I click the next button, that just slides down to cover up part of the email address. Oh, Google. Sign in. That is spelled correctly. All right, let's go a different way. Find a different way to get there. Take that off screen. I'm going to close Chrome.
Read chat,
And
please.
then relaunch Chrome. No, no, no. That was supposed to. All right, I'll log out of Chrome. Because I'll manage profile. Why does this guy even have a YouTube channel? Why does he claim to be a computer technician? Now I'm trying to just log out of this account on the Chrome profile. All right, how about manage Chrome profiles? There, we got an add button. We'll try it that way. All right, I'm going to go look at your last read chat, please. Google says go to admin.google.com, look under billing subscriptions. I like that. That sounds good. And yeah, free accounts should not be able to log into that, correct? And then Zavid Menor's got a Gemini chat. Just me wanted me to read chat. And why is that? Is that for something that he said? Just me. I don't know why. I don't know what you're trying. Oh, no, that's not a read chat. That's just an exclamation mark. Yeah. Okay. Saw that. Saw that. I'm going to go ahead and continue through this first. Okay, so if I add a Chrome profile, this is just another way to go about it. Sign in. Do you think this is going to have the same behavior? See, I did not test this. I did test New Outlook with my main account. I keep hitting that microphone. I don't think this is going to be a good solution for that microphone location. Next. It did the same thing. Did the same freaking thing. I do know that, let's continue without an account. I do know that if I try to do this, while logged in with my main account, that it won't work, because I did try doing that. So that's why I'm trying to get clear of my main Google account. Okay, so now I've got a browser where I'm not signed in to Google. And then go to gmail.com to show you what's there. And I know that that account doesn't have anything to expose. Then sign in. Now this for work would be the Google Workspaces. So if I were signing in for my main normal account, I think I would have to do that one. How many times have I typed this and I never copied it? Control A, Control C. Next. Ah, that's better. Go check my password for that. Now, if you were watching my hands on the keyboard, you could figure out what that password is. Or if I were to click the show password checkbox. Yeah, last second I took that off just because I wasn't totally sure what's going to go to next. So here is that account. It has emails from Google Workspace. Google Workspace subscription is scheduled for cancellation. This is all, it's kind of bogus. It's just the Gemini. They're doing these weird things with Gemini. But why is that my @Gmail account getting that? I gotta go take a look at that, because this should not be a workspace. This should be a free account. Right, here's what that email is saying. Looks like your Gemini business subscription was suspended September 8th, 2024. To keep your subscription, follow the steps below, or Google will cancel your subscription on or after September 20, 2025. Well, that's making it sound like I did have Google Workspace on this @Gmail account. All right, so now I'm going to move on to New Outlook. Yeah, I can still do this. Windows button, all. We're working on Baby Beast now. Last time I went through this sequence, I was on Big Beast. Outlook. And this is the new Outlook with the envelope looking that way. There is no normal Outlook showing up here because this is the new partition the new drive on Baby Beast. I have 2 bootable Windows installations on Baby Beast. And right now I'm working on the one that does not have Microsoft Office installed. So if I open Outlook there, the new Outlook, and I'm going to try to configure it for this Gmail account, which I thought was a free account. No, I'm not so sure. Desktop notifications for Gmail, no thanks. And what did that say? Outlook is checking for an updated version. Will finish opening when ready. Now I'm going to take my password off screen on Big Beast. Here's new Outlook down here. Apparently it got hidden from us. Sync your Gmail account. No, I don't want that account. I don't want that account. No. It's still finding that account, even though I went into guest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, last thing that I had in my clipboard history was the email address. So I just did a Control V and then continue. Now it shows the correct email address. Continue. Choose an account. DougBetts Pilot Gmail. Continue. When I was trying this a couple days ago, I think it was on Big Beast build. Every time I got to this point, it was still showing my main email address. It would not let me get to the Gmail account here. And then verify. I just hit the microphone again. Did you hear that? Just give me an exclamation mark Y in chat if you heard that. Need to know how much of a nuisance that is. Rand says yes.
Why certainly?
Rick Lakes, yes. Okay, that's enough.
Why certainly? Why certainly?
The code hasn't come through yet, so I guess I need to click on Get Code.
Why certainly?
There it comes. 558972. Did everybody write that down so you can break into my account? Not. Not supposed to share that code with anyone, though. Open Outlook. This is an account that contains no communications that I ever care about. So Google bullying filter. If you're looking at this video, leave it alone. Don't take it down. And I'm showing these emails, Google, YouTube. Don't take it down. This is a scratch account for demonstration purposes, for training purposes. There's nothing live here. Here's the inbox. So here we're in the new Outlook. If I come down to contacts, there's all my contacts. They are phony contacts, Google, YouTube. Don't take this video down. The algorithm says, how do I know that they're fake? Come on, I'll be back. Liberty Jib, I'm a pseudonym. Just in time, page turner, and souffle. Oh, baby is about to do a backup. That's fine. I'll let it run. It doesn't slow the computer down then. And then if I make a change, if I add a contact from the new Outlook, there's a place to do it. What's this name going to be? Hold calls. And email address. Oh, yeah. This is what I was doing for all of those email addresses. Hold calls at LiveWindowsTraining.com. It won't actually go through because I do not have a catch-all setting on that account. So if someone were to send an email to that address, either all LiveWindowsTraining.com, it actually would not get through to me. Okay, so then if I go back to the web page, sign in for that. I gotta make sure I'm in the right place because I don't trust myself. There. Okay. So I go over here to the checkerboard to get to contacts. And it usually scrolls down even into this second section. I think you can rearrange this. There's contacts. Then I'm going to take that off screen when I click on it to be sure I'm at the right one. Yes, it is. Here's those contacts. And I don't see that new one that I added yet. Does it need a little time before it synchronizes? Come back here to New Outlook. Hold calls is what it was called. Let's try refreshing the page. So there was no IMAP, no change over to IMAP. This was just New Outlook signing in directly to Gmail's native interface or connection. There's 6 contacts. I don't have the new one yet. And I'll change the spelling of one of these. So let's change, we must have misspelled I'll be back because there's no C in that name, right? It's just be back. So I'll save that and see how long it takes for that change to come over to the new Outlook. There's some kind of refresh around here somewhere. I'd like to see that have happened by now. This is kind of too slow. Now, my idea behind this, if it's going to fix the pain in the bets that I have, is that I may switch over to using the new Outlook at least on Big Beast build, so it doesn't interfere with streams. But I might actually switch over to that on all the computers. And another thing that there, I hit the microphone again. Another thing that it would fix for me is my tendency, or sometimes accidentally, to switch back over to screen 1 and I have my email on the screen because I was looking at something while I did not have that broadcasting. There it goes again. So having my email and contacts in a separate program allows me to switch back to the browser window without risk of accidentally exposing emails. Excuse me. So that's my thinking about it. And that's why I think that I might really, really like the new Outlook. Now, here's another thing that it does that I like. Let's bring this back up on screen. Is in the email, now I don't like the email this way. I think on one of, oh, here, this is what I wanted to see. So I'm seeing the rows of emails. That's not showing what I expected. Let's see why. I'm looking at, yeah, my main account on Big Beast does show what I'm trying to show in this, but the layout is different on Big Beast. So I'm trying to figure out why. That it's on the view panel, folder pane. No, I want the folder pane. Let's see. I'm comparing. Reading pane, fill screen. So you have to double click on an email to open it and then it'll fill the screen. So if I choose fill screen, yeah, that is what I wanted. Now, why is this other bit? The other piece that I'm looking for is that these buttons here for indicating whether the email is open, whether it's been read already, and then trash can. On Big Beast Build, these buttons are all over here, which is what I very, very much prefer to do. Gmail will not let you move them. Somehow, the new Outlook does let you move them, and I say that because on my main account, which I can't show you, they are over here. So it must be a matter of just moving. But Big Beast has this column out here. So somewhere there is a setting for that. Customize. Ribbon preview, groups, buttons, reset. I don't like grouping messages. Seems like layout is what this is about. Oh, that's just changing the word layout. Okay, let's ask a question. Yeah, here we go. We're doing What? Copilot on Baby Beast.
Read chat, please.
Wow, that was loud. Are you still convinced that there's full synchronization between Gmail and Outlook? As far as I know, there's only synchronization for email. Well, that's what I'm testing. That was a question from Zvi. That's what I'm testing. If it brought the contacts in, did it just do a one-time import of the contacts and now it's not going to synchronize? That would be a deal breaker. His question actually was, are you still convinced? I would have to say that I was not convinced yet at all, but I thought it seems pretty obvious that they should synchronize, because the way you set this up is you sign into Google, sign into your Gmail account to set up the account. You never get to a screen where you could choose POP or IMAP or put in server settings. You simply log into the account and give it permission to, delete all your emails and contacts. It has to have permission to do whatever you're telling it to do. So it should be synchronizing. I can't imagine any way that it wouldn't be. But am I convinced? No. How can I rearrange columns in new Outlook connected to Gmail account? I want the read and delete buttons near the left side. Why did that default to the right side on my main account? Was there some setting in the account itself? List view, single preview, column customization, view settings, columns, show columns dialog, rearrange the order, move up or down, view settings, columns, view settings, columns. I'm looking specifically for the word columns. In the show columns dialog, change view. So let's do all of the things that it wants, right? View menu, change view, singular preview. View menu, change view, no such option. See, at one point I thought I could just drag this column heading over, but I actually want the received column to be out there. It's these buttons. When I'm actually floating my mouse over an email, it's those buttons I want to be over here. And it is that way on Big Beast. Let me do a blur over there so I can show it to you. Maybe you'll see something that I'm missing. So to do that blur, I have to escape out of the preview mode, turn studio mode on, select that screen, turn the blur on, blur number 3, change the size, and I have some safe emails at the top. of that list. Yeah, that looks good. And then transition. Okay. So now when I move the mouse over the email, you see those 4 buttons are right there. They're not out here on the right. This is the new Outlook. Why is it different? Let's see. I'm going to give you back to Baby Beast while I go into that View Settings button. Be sure that's okay to show. Yeah. Layout is the only one that makes sense in there. Now I'm actually reading them. Yeah, I don't see anything there that would change where those appear. And could it be simply that I have, well, no, I have both of them maximized. Both of the windows are maximized. So you're looking at Big Beast right now. So I'm looking at both of these, trying to see what's different. Can I see anything visibly that's different? Well, yes.
Read chat, please.
See, I can get to chat over here. Are the contacts updating yet? Copilot claims you need to enable contact synchronization in your Google account settings. Okay. In your Google account settings. So that'd be the Google account settings for my Gmail account. All right. We'll check on that in a minute. I want to first show you this difference. Notice up here in the upper right, these
Read
icons,
chat, please.
these icons up here do not exist on Baby Beast. So here's Baby Beast. And up here in the upper right, whoops, wrong mouse. Up here in the upper right, there's no, oh, wait a minute, there they are. When I float the mouse over there, they're there. There's a settings gear. I wonder if that settings gear has more options. All right. I'm going to try that on Big Beast while you're not looking. Yeah, no, it's the same stuff.
Read chat, please.
So let's see. Now I need to show you us on Baby Beast. This settings gear comes into here. Then when I choose mail, this gets to, I think, the same settings we saw before. All right, so I'm going to come to read chat messages. Yeah, let's see. Why did that not switch? Oh, it did. I'll turn that blur off. Studio mode off. Blur off. see, ran Israel. Okay, settings, mail, customize actions. Actions, those are action buttons. Okay. Settings, mail, customize actions. Then let's go back to Baby Beast. No blurs needed there. I'm in settings, mail, customize actions. Quick actions. Oh, these look good. This looks good. Make this big so I can see it. Quick actions appear beside sender names and subject lines. Yeah, I want them next to sender names, not next to subject lines. This shows now, okay, so there's the sender's name and there's the subject line. There's swiping actions. Besides sender names and subject lines, I don't see a way to move them here. Does that mean they've been shown there all along and I'm just not seeing them? If I flip my mouse around the sender's name, those icons just don't come up. They are not there. Rand, did you see any way to make an adjustment there? View settings, mail, customize actions. Can I drag them here? No, I don't drag anything there, but on that border. No. Okay, so I'm going to try this. Shift Windows S. Highlight all of that. So that copies it. Go back to Copilot. And then does this screen provide any way to move the action buttons from their current location next to description to be next to sender name? No. Anchor to the right side of the message. Okay, so I want to prove to Copilot that it's wrong because I have it showing on Big Beast. This is Copilot on Baby Beast. So I want this conversation accessible on Big Beast. And because I'm logged into my Microsoft account, it should be accessible on Big Beast so that I can do a copy and paste into Copilot. All right, now think this through, Doug, before you mess up again. Studio mode. And then bring up new Outlook in studio mode. blur number 3. And then transition. And this mouse. Okay, so somehow I need to do a screen copy while these icons are visible. So I can't move my mouse up in this area. I need to have my mouse positioned here when I press Shift Windows S, so that I can get a screenshot that includes that. So there it is. And I've done this quite a bit. So they disappeared briefly, and I think my image, my picture might be frozen for you right now. I don't know, but I'm able to capture it this way. You know what? I'm going to do that again. Shift Windows S. I'm going to drag that just through here because that blur was not going to be part of this screen capture. The place where I'm doing the screen capture doesn't have the blur. You have the blur once OBS gets hold of this image and then sends it out to you. So I only want to screen copy that much. But I don't know if I included those buttons. So once more, Doug. Do it right this time, Doug. Okay, there. Now, I'm going to let you watch Baby Beast while I bring up Copilot on Big Beast. Yeah, okay. Then I can turn off the blurring for Big Beast. And here's how Copilot came up. So when I I turn on this sidebar panel, and then here is a conversation that took place on Baby Beast. It is immediately available for me on Big Beast. And here we're seeing that answer that says, no, they cannot be moved. So now I'll paste that screenshot. This is a screenshot on my other computer showing that those action icons are showing in the place where I want them to be. Period. This pretty clearly indicates to me they can be moved somehow. And therefore, you are wrong once again. I think this is the 18th time. You're absolutely right to call that out, Doug. I appreciate that precision. That screenshot clearly shows a quick action icons appearing adjacent to the sender name, not the subject line, which contradicts the default behavior I described earlier. So yes, something is influencing the layout, and I was wrong to say it couldn't be managed. That's on me. Yeah. $5 in the mistake jar for you and deductive points. Here's what might be driving the difference between your two systems. Outlook version, view mode, reading pane settings, Zoom or DPI, experimental features or insider build. Oh boy. You know what? If I follow this all out, what's going to happen most likely is none of those are going to be the solution. And then it's going to have some other ideas of things that I could try. I think that's far enough for the show time. I think that is far enough. Now, if I turn off studio mode, it brings me to here. Bring the camera, and then I'm going to, should I close Outlook, the new Outlook? It's easy enough to open again. If somebody has a potential answer, that would prevent me from accidentally opening it again or accidentally switching back to it. Okay. Back to here. And I'm going to go check and see if I have neglected any read chats. I think I'm up to date. And Israel settings mail customized. Yeah, that was the last one. Oh, our updates, our contacts, updating it. Our updates contacting it. Okay, that's on Baby Beast. So it's okay that I closed the new Outlook on Big Beast. There's nothing over there on Baby Beast to expose. So here comes Baby Beast. Minimize that. Close that. And I will go investigate that further to figure that out, because that's not quite a deal breaker for me, because Gmail is already has those icons out on the right hand side. So using the new Outlook, stop hitting the microphone, Doug. Using the new Outlook with those icons out on the right side, that's the same thing that I have with Gmail. This is one step better than Gmail because I can keep the Gmail tab closed on all of my computers. And the hope is that Google will not challenge me so frequently to re-authenticate as being the true Doug. Now, contacts. And then go see about that, turning that synchronization on or whatever that was. Hold calls is here in Outlook, in the new Outlook. And the change of spelling for be back has not synchronized. So when I go to the web interface, that change that I made to the spelling, I made that change on the website, and the new name is not there. So now it was supposed to be some kind of synchronize in the Google account. I'm scrolling through chat looking for where that was. I just stumbled upon a John Williams message saying lawyer office, maybe accounting office. Oh, for the more mini PCs, I guess that's what you were guessing. Yeah, they're for the government subsidized housing and the commercial vehicle sales lot. Normally workspace account associated with the domain you own. Yeah. But you can own a domain and not necessarily be paying for Google Workspace. And there's that
Read chat,
admin.google.com we
please.
want to get to. Synchronization, Google account settings. I gave you last time a link with Gemini's answer. Sync Gmail contacts to Outlook. Oh, you mean last week? Yeah, the CSV. Yeah, no, I don't think that's needed. When you're using this is for the main the standard Outlook. This is not, and I don't want to do that. That's just a nuisance. That's not a live synchronization. This is a one-time transfer. Not interested in that. The third-party synchronization tools, I don't want to use them. I've used them before and they can get kludgy. So to have a native new Outlook that can directly interact live real time with the Gmail account is very, very attractive if that's actually what it's going to do. So no, I'm not interested in this. Now the synchronization, let's see, I'm on. Oh, you know what? Where is the new Outlook is not on those. No, I closed it. That's right. The chat window is closed. Oh, because I didn't do the, I didn't do the little trick. I'm supposed to do a right click to go to his link. I did a left click. So I lost my chat. I come back here and pop out chat again. Yeah, I should have done a right click, open link in new tab. So Greg's saying, I avoid Outlook myself. Microsoft buries settings changes, setting and access products. I need an email client that is stable. I have clients who are using Outlook and very stable and happy with it. Rarely ever call with a problem. So I have to push back on saying that that is a problem with Outlook. Oh, somebody asking about my microphone. He's using the mic, which he previously was using overhead. He moved it to the desktop. Yeah. There was a reason. Not sure I'm liking it. Yeah, where was I going? Oh, need to get to that account. Control F. Account settings. Enable contact synchronization. I'll just copy that so that I can easily bring that back up. Google account settings. And that's going to be Google account settings on Baby Beast. Now let's see. Let me see if I can demonstrate something else. I very much like being signed into my Microsoft account for a variety of things, and I try to show them to you once in a while. So when I just copy this, it shows up in my clipboard history. Now I can go over to Baby Beast. Here's Baby Beast. And I can press Windows key V to bring up clipboard history. And turn off my picture-in-picture, and I am not seeing that. That would indicate, remember, this is that new boot system. I think I have not turned on the synchronization of the Microsoft account there. So if I come here, oh, you know what? I'm not even sure this is signing in with the Microsoft account. Yes, it is. Yeah. So I just had to go into this the other day. Settings. And then it was system. Clipboard. Right here. Clipboard history across your devices. Turn that on. Automatically sync text that I copy. And then close that. Now, I don't think that synchronizes stuff that I've already copied. So Windows key V, oh, it did. It brought it over without me having to go recopy it. Okay, cool. Now, Google account, I got to turn around here so I can get back facing forward instead of turning my neck. My neck doesn't turn very well. Okay. Let's go here for manage your Google account. Now this is that account that I don't really care about, and I've been into this button a number of times. I don't think that exposes anything. Yeah, it just goes to here. Then if I do Windows key V, enable contact synchronization. Search Google account. Contact sync. From your devices, from interactions. Seems like it's this one's closest. That off while I click on it. Okay, what that did is that opened up this panel over here. Sync Google Contacts with your mobile device or computer. Phone, tablet, computer when you change. iPhone. No. Accounts. Email app and accounts. Add an account. Google. I don't think that's it. Go over here for personal info, data and privacy, security, people and sharing. People and sharing sounds most likely, right? Take that off screen. Click on it. That all looks safe. Contact info from your devices, off. It's not actually devices, it's within the same computer between new Outlook and the web interface is what I'm wanting to have synchronized there. So it doesn't seem like it'd be devices. Save contact info from your signed in devices. Signed in devices, it could be. So let's try it. Go back to contacts. So this is where we did the spelling change. That new name is not showing up here. Do a refresh of the page. New name not showing up. Hold calls, that's where we created this. We did that in New Outlook, and we have not received the change of this spelling. Manage contacts. Import, export. I don't want to be doing that. I want it to automatically synchronize. If it doesn't do that, I don't think I'm interested. If somebody has made a suggestion and I haven't got back to it, I'm not aware that I have any outstanding read chat messages. So remind me if I'm negligent, please. Yeah, nothing. So that's so far as 2 strikes. Although this strike seems really fixable because it's working the way that I want on Big Beast. And it's weird that these buttons up here are not visible until I point to them. Sync. That's for email. Presumably that's only for email. Then go to contacts and see if that made a difference. Did not. Still no good. Okay. So Selden Ball said, are the contacts updating yet? Copilot claims you need to enable contact synchronization in Google Accounts setting. Did I actually accomplish that? Enable contact synchronization. That part here, does it actually call it synchronization? See, I don't see the word synchronization, so I'm not totally convinced I'm in the right place. Make another change to I'll be back. Add an S. This is where we originally took the C out, so now I've just made another change to it. Going back to Outlook. This is hold calls Junior. And his email address has a JR. Because why not? So this is making those changes after I turned on that synchronization to see if things work after doing that. No, they have not changed. Okay. What else we got? Anything else?
Raid chat, please.
Check my answer above, then the link. Answer and then the link. So, I asked Gemini a new question. Include new Outlook, almost the same answer, but the answer is still no. Oh, nope. I started to do a left click, right click, new tab. Gmail contact sync with new Outlook. Oh, I know the other thing is the subscriptions for the accounts to see if I can see it actually show that I'm paying for Workspace. Yes, it's possible I might have turned that off. Yeah, that's a deal breaker if that's the way it is. Unbelievable. when new Outlook is actually signing in through Google, why on earth could they not synchronize? There are other email products that sets up a synchronization. I'm not totally accepting Gemini's statement on this because we've all seen all of the AIs make mistakes and are just wrong, and I demonstrated one of those today during the show. Import to Outlook. And this is not, they're not keeping up the verbiage of new Outlook. See that there's the Outlook CSV format. So you could use that for standard Outlook or new Outlook. That's just exporting to a format. And then import to Outlook. Import output, CSV, automatic sync, third-party tools. Yeah, I absolutely don't trust it to be right about this. Oh. Let's test it on my Google Workspace account. I haven't tried.
Read chat, please.
I haven't tried synchronizing there. Let's see if that works. Let's see, that was Greg M. He says, personal contacts are synchronized between both. Oh, there's two comments there I got to read. So let me get through this first. If your Gmail account is part of a paid Google Workspace subscription, you can use Google Workspace Sync from now. I don't want to do that. It's a dedicated tool from Google that provides more seamless. Yeah, I've used that before. I used it for many years. Now I don't want to go back to that. They should be able to do this with new Outlook signing in through the web API interface. This should be able to work. No, the one on Baby Beast was not a Workspace account. The one on Big Beast is a Workspace account. Yeah, Greg M. Here's to sync contacts between the new Outlook for Windows and your Google Workspace account. You'll need to use Google. No, I don't accept that. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so let's test and see if it works with a Google Workspace account without using GSSMO or GSWMO, GWSMO, whatever. Gizmo. That's how do you say it. Gizmo. You're a Gizmo. I'm not a Gizmo. You're a Gizmo. Okay, turn studio mode on. Why did you press caps lock, Doug? Ugh. Can't take you anywhere. Okay, so go back to the new Outlook. So I can show this part. And just, of course, I could pin it to the taskbar. In fact, I might have already done that. Outlook new. Now, got to take that off screen. Oh, I didn't even show that to you. All right, I'll go back and do it again. Windows button. Oh, click on the A, go to Outlook. Outlook new. Take that off screen. That's going to go straight into my email. Turn the blur on. Blur number 3. Oh, I got to go to the contacts. And then blur for the contacts. Oh, that's interesting. I don't remember that. Okay, that blur is on. Here's what I'm referring to. The first contact in this list, A space 111 space 11. Continue cleaning contacts. What I was doing there, what I did there is I remember this, I don't know how many years ago it was. I was wanting to clean out my contacts. So this was supposed to be show up as the first contact so that it could remind me where I need to continue with cleaning up my contacts. So how does this tell me where I need to continue? It doesn't tell me how far along I had got to. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so then what I want to do is create a new contact and see if that shows up in the webmail. And if it does, I could just show that in Baby Beast, couldn't I? Because the webmail on Baby Beast is going to be the same as the webmail. Oh, but this is my main account. So yeah, this is the new Outlook connected to my main Gmail account. All right. So if I do a new contact here, oh, you're going to see that blurred. So I'll fix that for you. Transition. Because I only need to blur that left panel. Getting close to closing time. Oh, what? Come on. Let's see. Let's keep it in the A's so it's at the top of the list. Adam, A, no, first letter capitalized. A, builder. I don't know. I'm fading. Can't even spell builder right. So this should get him to the top of the list. I don't think I actually need to put, I don't think I need to put an email address. Just give it up, Doug. Just give it up. Live Windows. What's the next word? Training.com. Then save that. So on the left-hand panel, we should see that new name show up. We should see that new name. Oh, it's AD. I shouldn't have named it that way. Let's change that. Edit contact, because it sorts them by the first name. There. This should be higher on the list. No, it's fourth on the list because of the periods. Of course, he has a period after the first letter in his first name. Now, that puts him to the top of the list. In order for you to see that, that down to there, transition. So there you see our friend Adam A. Builder, top of the list. Now, go to my Gmail account. Many times I've had people make comments, oh, this seems so long and so difficult. And it's because I'm trying to show. If I was doing this alone, it'd be quicker. I wouldn't be talking and teaching. And people wind up saying, oh, I'm never going to do that. It takes too long. It's not going to take you that long. It's a YouTube show. Put 2 and 2 together. Now I'm looking for my contacts there in Google. And then let's see. I've got to. Is that it? Yeah, I guess that's it. No, what did you do? I tell you, I'm just messing things up. I just deleted the scene. Oh, it came back. How did that happen? So weird. What the actual? A.Adam. Negatory. I don't need a blur. Yeah, I do. There's phone numbers. Oh, I wasn't going to cover the phone numbers. YouTube deletes my videos if I show phone numbers. Says that I'm bullying people. There, can show that. A.Adam. So the thing that was blowing my mind away is that where's all this extra stuff come from? All that extra stuff wasn't in the new Outlook. A.Adam is not there. And take that off screen a little bit and scroll down further. So it did not synchronize. All right, that's enough. Put it to bed. Disappointed. Yeah, it just blows my mind. I was so sure this was going to work because why not? It just seems like a simple thing to do. It's new Outlook has the capability of signing in with Google's native sign in. So then it's using an API. It should be so easily to synchronize. Greg M says because it's Microsoft and Gmail, that's not an explanation. It's just not. All you're saying there is that they're competitors, they don't get along. Gmail hands that capability out to any other email and contact manager, or does it? Does anybody have this functioning like with, well, Thunderbird does email. Does Thunderbird also have contacts? Does Thunderbird synchronize contacts with the Gmail account? If so, then that means Google makes that available. And so the argument of it's Microsoft and Gmail, that doesn't wash. You might say because it's Microsoft and they're just stupid about doing things wrong and not thorough. Yeah, OAuth, that's what this was using. What we saw new Outlook use today is the OAuth way of connecting to Gmail. Now, you said Thunderbird uses OAuth to get access to Gmail without issue. Well, so did New Outlook. New Outlook got access to Gmail without issue. What about contacts? Does Thunderbird synchronize contacts back and forth without issue? I don't need to hear about mail. Contacts. I don't buy that either, Rand. He says it's very simple to do. They just don't want to provide it for free. I pay. Oh, you're saying the GSSMO. Yeah, no, I don't buy that. You don't have any documentation that that's why they don't do it. I don't buy that. I think it's just Microsoft, from what I see so far, I think it's from Microsoft's ineptitude, stupiditiousness. Short-sightedness. If they would do this, they would get more adoption with New Outlook. If they would make this work for that, and for whatever else they drop the ball on, they would get more adoption of New Outlook. How difficult is that? Doug, trying big words again. All right, let's put this over. Let's put this to bed. I'm not happy with this, not at all. What can I say? All right. Here's the email address if you want to send. Oh, no, I had a couple emails of updates from Sam, but nothing of what real consequence. Well, that drive that he sent back in that was defective, he got a replacement drive for it, and his client that had the problem with Outlook contacts. Oh, duplicating of Outlook contacts, and had 7 different email accounts. He gave an explanation why they had all those email accounts, and it was what I speculated. There was business, there was a former job, there was this, that, and the other thing. They should not be melded together. And if you have accounts out there on the web that are tied into those, you can't just easily swap them. So managing multiple email accounts can be done. I've done it. I have clients doing it, but he's just got that one little issue. And the other thing he told me is that there might not be any further progress from that because that work session did not go very well, and he's not going to recontact that client. If the client calls him, then he'll pursue the methods we talked about with signing in on web pages and testing things there to figure out where the problem is happening. But if I were to place a bet on it, I'd say it's not going to happen. So there we go. That's it. Have a great weekend, everybody. I will catch you later. Goodbye. That button. There we go. Turn that off. There. Bye.
That's all, folks. Tune in 6 days a week for Windows support, the help you seek. Send an email, leave a comment, join the chat. Our tech-savvy crew is where it's at. Not just me, but a whole community, helping you solve tech mysteries. With friends who are here almost every day, we love to chat and help you find your way. So subscribe now, be part of the team, for Windows support and more than you've dreamed. Join the fun, don't miss a single stream. At LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts are simply where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Tune in 6 days a week for Windows support, the help you seek. Send an email, leave a comment, join the chat. Our tech-savvy crew is where it's at. Not just me, but a whole community, helping you solve tech mysteries. With friends who are here almost every day, we love to chat and help you find your way. So subscribe now, be part of the team, for Windows support and more than you've dreamed. Join the fun, don't miss a single stream. At LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts are simply more deeply VB, where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme.